When US President Donald Trump picked Alaska as the location for his summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin, the location sent a message which said a savvy deal was in the works. United States had purchased the location Russia in 1867 for about 2 cents an acre. So what happened in the meeting? And did both leaders get what they wanted? Before Trump came to power in the White House for a second term, he vowed to finish the Russia-Ukraine war within 24 hours. Time and again, the US president said that the war would not have happened on his watch. The president endorsed himself as a peacemaker, and even before meeting Putin, he claimed that his summit was focused on saving a lot of lives.
What will make a success of this summit today? But I want to see a ceasefire rapidly. I don't know if it's going to be today, but I'm not going to be happy if it's not today. Everyone said it can't be today, but I'm just saying I want the killing to stop. I'm in this to stop the killing.
Russian President Putin received a red carpet welcome. A leader who has been ostracized by the West for decades stepped on US soil after 10 years. Putin was welcomed by American fighter jets, a red carpet, and a ride in the Beast. The closed-door meeting lasted for over 2 hours, but in their brief joint appearance, both leaders alluded from making any definitive statements about the areas of agreement and disagreement. However, they went on to say that they are making headway to a peace plan.
I would like to thank Mr. Trump for our joint work, for the friendly and trusting tone of the conversation. The main thing is that both sides were committed to the result.
Despite the fact that the meeting took place on US soil, US President Donald Trump allowed Russian Putin to speak first at their joint appearance. The Russian leader used the opportunity to offer his own view of the conflict in Ukraine and what he claimed were the root causes of Russia's invasion.
But at the same time, we are convinced that for the Ukrainian settlement to be sustainable and long-term, all the root causes of the crisis, which have been discussed repeatedly, must be eliminated. All of Russia's legitimate concerns must be taken into account, and a fair balance in the security sphere in Europe and the world as a whole must be restored.
The Russian president departed from the United States without making any major concessions while maintaining a warm rapport with Mr. Trump. Putin even invited Trump to hold their next meeting in Moscow.
Again, Mr. President, I'd like to thank you very much, and we'll speak to you very soon and probably see you again very soon. Thank you very much, Vladimir.
Next time in Moscow.
While many welcomed Trump's summit with Putin, others expressed their disappointment over the results. Trump had gone into the summit saying there was a 25% chance that the summit would fail and that it was meant to be a feel-out meeting. But he had also floated the idea of bringing Zelensky to Alaska for a subsequent three-way meeting if things went well. At the moment, it's unclear whether a trilateral meeting is in the cards. And for the latest, our correspondent Siddharth MP has sent us this report.
If all goes well, the next high-profile meeting between US President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin over the Ukraine-Russia conflict could happen very well here in Moscow, in the Russian capital. The two leaders met yesterday at Anchorage, Alaska, at an American military base in the US Arctic region. During those talks, largely it was a positive feeling that was there, and the kind of words that they used to describe the meeting were completely positive in nature. It was constructive, it was progress, it was peace. Those were the kind of words that both leaders used, and overall they did imply that they did agree on a lot of things. There are disagreements, but they believe that these can be thrashed out via talks. They also believe that Ukraine and Europe have to be brought on board and they should agree to much of these conditions and they should not torpedo the progress that has been made so far. As far as US President Trump goes, he has also emphasized that this meeting was a 10 on 10 and he also had good things to say about Russian President Putin, including saying he's a strong leader and he's a tough negotiator. So these were the points that came out from the meeting. While the overall outcome is not known, there is no ceasefire, there is no clear announcement on the stoppage of this conflict, but what we know is that there is always room for talks and both of them are progressing in the right direction, and perhaps the next meeting could very well happen in Moscow if everything goes well. From Moscow with video journalist Ajit, Siddharth MP, WION World is One.